Guys, this is Mr. Joshy J, and welcome to your F1 2023 Austin US Grand Prix COTA driver ratings and team ratings. If you're new to these videos, what I do is I give the drivers and the ratings a marking out of 10 for their performances over the weekend, and also I do fastest lap, star in the race, worst driver in the race, team of the weekend, and worst team of the weekend. Yep, so let's get started, shall we? Let's start off with Red Bull. Max 8. Yes, I gave Max an 8. I mean, in normal qualifying, now just gotta carry on. I'm not doing ratings for the sprint race, only for main qualifying and the full GP. Yeah, so Max Verstappen 8. Yes, I give him an 8. P6 in the main qualifying. Well, originally it was P1, but unfortunately he had his lap time deleted for exceeding track limits, so he dropped back to P6 and still won the race. So he won the sprints and he won the main race as well. Had to work hard to win the main race because Lewis Hamilton was closing right in on him, but he still won the race, apparently managing brake issues, which that was he was not very happy on the radio at all, Max. So yeah, I give him an 8. Sergio Perez 6. I mean, qualifying was not the best again in the main qualifying, rather poor, but in the main race, originally finished P5, but then got promoted to P4 because Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc both got disqualified, but it does not affect their rating. I'm still giving exactly the same rating what I would have given them before. Ferrari, Charles Leclerc, second. Yes, I gave Charles Leclerc a second. P1 in qualifying, P6 in the race. Ferrari put him on the one-stop strategy, and it didn't work. And to sum it up in a nutshell for Leclerc, my team inflicts team orders. It's like, what the actual fuck? I know Sainz could go after Norris, but Norris didn't get past. No, Sainz didn't get past Lando Norris. So, yeah, I mean, just then Leclerc was left hung out to dry because Perez ended up guessing him, and then he got disqualified. So, yeah, we should have never used the team orders. I'm so mad at my team for that, honestly. But Carlos Sainz, I give an 8. I mean, yeah, originally it was P4 in the main race, but because of Leclerc and Hamilton being disqualified, it ended up being P3. So Carlos Sainz got a podium. So we lost points, but we also gained points as well. But Mercedes are now second in their Constructors' Championship, so we have some work to do. Otherwise, Mercedes, I can see them sealing that second place. Let's get on to Mercedes now, shall we? Lewis Hamilton, 10. Absolute 10 for my driver, Lewis Hamilton. P3 in qualifying, P2 in the main race. In the end, it counted for absolutely nothing because he got disqualified. No fault of his own. That is a Mercedes team error why Hamilton and Leclerc were disqualified. You know, both Mercedes and Ferrari messed up, so that's why Hamilton and Leclerc got disqualified. So, yeah, my driver was superb this weekend. I cannot fault his performance one bit. He had the male model George Russell's number all weekend. Back to the old school, Lewis Hamilton. That is what I love to see. George Russell, 0. Absolutely 0. To me, by far, his worst weekend in a Mercedes so far. Absolutely nowhere was George Russell. Really poor, honestly. I mean, what on earth is that all about, George Russell? I mean, I'm a huge fan of George Russell. He's my second favourite driver, but he was so off it this weekend, honestly. Was not good at all for George Russell. Really poor. I mean, qualifying he looked off the pace, and in the main race just looked so off it, honestly. Lando Norris, and also with George Russell, he overtook off track, got a 5 second time penalty, but yeah, shocking by the male model, honestly. McLaren, Lando Norris, 10, absolute 10, Lando Norris. P2 in qualifying, and in the race ended up finishing P2 in the end after the Grand Prix because of Lewis Hamilton's disqualification. But yeah, Norris absolutely superb this weekend. Brilliant by Lando. Oscar Piastri, 0. Absolutely 0 for Oscar Piastri. I mean, that has got to be his worst weekend so far for that Australian rookie. I mean, I know he's having car issues. He got a penalty for, track limits, I think. Yeah, had his lap time deleted. Really poor that by Oscar Piastri. So, 0. Alpine, Pierre Gasly, 7. Yes, I guess Pierre Gasly, 7. I thought it was a solid performance by Pierre Gasly. Ocon, 5. Yes, I can guess that Ocon, 5. Qualifying, he did okay, but in the main race, retired due to contact with Oscar Piastri. And obviously, Oscar Piastri retired due to water leak and his car overheating. Leak. Yeah, sorry, I'm making the right balls up of this, but yeah. AlphaTauri, Yuki Tsunoda, 9. Yes, I give 1 for 1 a 9. I mean, originally he finished P11, just missed out on the points, so due to Hamilton and Leclerc getting disqualified, he ended up finishing I think it was P9 in the end, so, or P8, but yeah, now picks up 5 points in general this season. That's absolutely impressive for Yuki Tsunoda. That really is. Daniel Ricciardo, 6. Yes, I give Daniel Ricciardo 6. I think that's a solid return back for Daniel Ricciardo this weekend. Couldn't have done much more, I don't think. Obviously, he was on the one-stop strategy. That didn't quite work out, yeah, but solid by Daniel Ricciardo, I say. Aston Martin, Fernando Alonso, 6. Yes, I give Fernando Alonso 6. In qualifying, P17, which that was a huge upset, because so far, in every session this season, he's made it to Q3, but yeah, a really poor weekend for Fernando Alonso. He retired due to suspension issues, so yep, he retired from the race. Weekend to forget for the Spaniard. Lance Stroll, 8. Now, qualifying, he got eliminated, but he's having car trouble in practice, so could hardly get any running done. And in the main race, I thought he was superb. Scored some good points, so fair play to Lance Stroll, honestly. You gotta give him credit. Credit where it's due. Alfa Romeo, Fauci, Bottas and Guan Yu Zhou, 5. I mean, I didn't think it's the best weekend for Alfa Romeo. They looked a bit off it this weekend. And with both Haas drivers as well, I give them both a 5. Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hulkenberg. But yeah, I mean, just absolutely, Haas just had no pace whatsoever. So yeah, and that's why I give them both a 5. And finally, Williams, Alex Albon and Logan Sargent. Alex Albon, 8. Yes, I give Alex Albon an 8. I mean, he ended up finishing P9. Originally, just missed out on the points, so because the Hamilton and Leclerc disqualification ended up scoring some points. So, well done to Alex Albon. Logan Sargent, 9. His first points in F1 by default. I'm pretty sure he would have loved to done it on his own merits, though, but you can't be too picky. You've just scored your first points in F1. He becomes the first American to score points in so many years in F1. Absolutely fair play. It was by default, but yeah, fair play to Logan Sargent. Honestly, in some ways, I am really happy for him he scored some points, even though I absolutely literally roasted him all season, and rightly so, because he's been nowhere near good enough, but that could be a massive confidence booster, and that really could. That's the drawing ratings done. Team ratings, Red Bull 7, yes, I give Red Bull 7. Max again, superb. Checo, a bit off it, but both championships won. So yeah, I give them a solid 7. Ferrari 6. As I said, I am human at my own team for using team orders. Yeah, no need for it. 6. McLaren 8. I mean, yeah, I give them an 8. Lando Norris superb. Oscar a weekend to forget. Mercedes 7. My driver Lewis Hamilton superb, despite it counting for nothing in the end. But George Russell's so poor. Alpine 7, yes, I give him a 7. Gasly decent. Ocon a race to forget. AlphaTauri 7. 1 for 1, really good. Daniel Ricciardo, solid return. Aston 7. Fair play to Lance Stroll, a weekend to get for Fernando Alonso. Alpha 6, no pace. Haas 5, no pace. Williams 7. Double points scored by Williams by default. Absolutely unbelievable. That's the team ratings done. Fastest lap, 1 for 1, Yuki Tsunoda, 1 minute 38.139. Star in the race, Lewis. Worst driver in the weekend, Oscar Piastri by a country mile. And George Russell could have been a contender as well. Honestly, team of the weekend, Williams, it has to be. Double points for them, even though it was by default. Worst team of the weekend, Haas. So that's the driver ratings done, team ratings done, fastest lap, star in the race, worst driver, team of the weekend, and worst team in the weekend. Join me on Thursday for a preview to the Mexican Grand Prix. Saturday for a qualifying review because it's back to just the usual format. Sunday race review, then back next Monday for driver ratings and team ratings to the Mexican Grand Prix. Not the best race, so that's why I only give it a 5 out of 10. But what drama at the end of the race. Bye bye.